Hello, lovely viewers. Today we'll do another flip through of a World War II magazine. This is for all of you who read history. So here it says number 3, the Sea War begins. That's the emblem for the Nazis of Germany. Okay, World War II based on the original text of Lieutenant Colonel Eddie Bauer in 140 weekly pods, published by Orbis Publishing Limited, 2022, Bedfordbury, London, WC294BL. So, Chapter 3, Western Front, the rival plans. Let's read the first paragraph. On September 27, after his return to Berlin, Hitler summoned Generals von Brauchitsch and Halder and told them why, in his opinion, an immediate offensive should be launched in the West. Moving on, in his diary, Halder recorded the basic points of Hitler's arguments. The Führer will try to use the impression created by our victory in Poland to come to an arrangement. So here we can see the German generals who were the architects of the defeat of France. Manstein, the chief of staff of Army Group A, and Rundstedt, his commander, felt that the right plan for the invasion of France, as used in World War I, was not the right one to produce decisive results. Manstein was of the opinion that Army Group A should be made the main striking force, and that the German offensive should consist of a left hook through Sedan and up to the Channel coast. So Army Group A, Rundstedt, Manstein, Busch, and List. So these were the big bag people. And we have, let's zoom in. So we have Army Group B will be Bock, Kuchler, Richenau, Kluge, Wicks, Lean. Those are very German names. I don't know German. Here we have a badge commemorating Franco-British Day 11-12 November 1939. Celebrates a solidarity which in the event proved to be ineffective during the campaign of 1940. Here, May 1940, a German Mark II tank sweeps into action during the early days of the assault on the Low Countries. Here, the Maginot Line was built by the French in the early 1930s as a defense against Germany. One of the hundreds of forts of the line, This fort was situated in the Alps on Swiss soil facing the Italian border. And here, the Gargantuan railway gun was a major feature of the huge forces of heavy artillery massed behind the defense fortifications. And this picture, it says generating stations within the forts provided power for the underground railways, stores, and air-conditioned areas for the troops, which gave the line the reputation of being more comfortable than the homes of many of its soldiers. So chapter 4, the Sea War, the Battle of the River Plate. Look, Nazi flags you have there. Of course, your infamous Hitler with his Nazi armband. And you got here another Nazi flag. Let me zoom it out. So this is the battle cruiser Gneisenau, which with Scharnhorst formed the most powerful elements of the German fleet until the completion of Tirpitz and Bismarck. With a displacement of 26,000 tons, Gneisenau exceeded the Versailles limit by 10,000 tons. So these photos, it says here Hitler and Grand Admiral Raeder at the launching of the Bismarck on April 1, 1939. There you go. Hitler and his admiral. Scary. And this is a German U-boat risks surfacing in daylight after sinking a merchant ship in the Atlantic. Up on the conning tower, members of her crew keep an eye open for the enemy. In the early part of the war, the necessity to surface periodically to recharge their batteries was one of the main weaknesses of submarines and made them particularly vulnerable to enemy attack. For this reason, submarines usually surfaced in darkness. It was not until late in the war that Germany's invention of the submarine snorkel enabled U-boats to remain submerged for greater periods of time, effectively doubling the range. And we have up there, it says Hans Langsdorff, captain of the Graf Spee, with members of his crew. And we have the final moments of the Graf Spee. So this is the pride of Hitler's fleet, the Graf Spee in happier days. Oh dear. And this image is the French naval minister A. Gasnier Dupart reviews the squadron of French cruisers. At the outset of war, France's naval strength alone was superior to that of the Kriegsmarine. And we have here the British heavy cruiser Exeter and the German pocket battleship Admiral Graf Spee. No knowledge about boats whatsoever, so there you have it. And this image, it shows battleships of the home and Mediterranean fleets with Resolution, Queen Elizabeth and Baham in the foreground. Although the British Navy was superior in firepower to that of Germany, most of her vessels were of World War I vintage. I see. And that's another plate with the Nazi flag there. The defeat of the magnetic mine. That's better. So we have here the king. Let's read about that. Number 7. Okay, so that's Lieutenant Commander J.G.D. Overy receives the DSO from King George VI. We have there scourge of Allied convoys. Bismarck, illustrated here at the outset of her trials, was the strongest modern battleship of her time. And here we have MP-38 submachine gun. Waffen-SS troops in action on the outskirts of Stalingrad using the ideal close combat weapon MP-40, a derivative of the MP-38. The soldier on the right bears the rare rank of Stabfeldwebel, 3 stars on the shoulder, proof that he has served at least 12 years in the army. Ooh. And that's the last page. This image, it says, a pause during fighting in the Balkans, probably Romania, for soldiers of the 44th Cavalry Division in 1944. The soldier on the right rests on his almost brand new STG-44, which was not yet in wide use in the German army at the time. Behind him, resting against the fence, is the more common weapon, the Mauser 98K. Right, so that's the end of the flip tree. We've got more of this in stock. So if you're interested in this magazine, drop us a comment because it is up for sale. Or if you'd like more of this content, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Till next time. Bye.